Hello, Just Jax here and welcome to my channel. Today we are continuing with our play with resin. In the first part, that was our first part, might just be a video in its own right. That was our little try to see if it worked, and it did. And although you won't be able to see that very well right now, I will be editing in footage from the phone close up so you can see, like I did in the last one. So we're going to have a little bit of an experiment. This was a test and it worked. What we learned from that, apart from it worked, was don't need so much glitter. You can barely see what's going on in there. It is absolutely loaded. So this itty bitty tiny spoon here, you literally just need the teeniest dot on the end there. So we're going to first try and do... I'm unsure because I wanted to do Saturn because that would be really cool to do. I also found this little tiny moon bead that I've got. I want to try and put a moon in a moon. I think that would be pretty cool. I've also got a little tiny shell which might work. And one with like the tiniest bit of blue glitter swirling through it. And a little tiny star. Can't pick up, and I'll just slide it off the edge. It's ever so slightly raised. I thought that might look cool in something. So we've got a couple of things to have a try with. In the other video I was talking about potentially using one of my girls' puppy teeth. I don't know if I'll do that in this or I'll get some more resin to try because I don't want to... I've got about 6 or 7 of each of the girls from when they were losing them as babies. As pups, so I don't want to risk wasting them if it doesn't work in this. So I think what we'll try first is really want to try Saturn, but I also like the idea of a moon in a moon. Oh, what to do? Do Saturn, I've got to decide what glitter I'm using and to be a little bit more sparing in the use of it. I don't think I'll be using anything out here. As lovely and sparkly as that tub is, just twinkles. I think these little balls would be cool for something. We'll come back to them. I've also got some other stars here, slightly bigger stars. They might be cool. Let's try. We'll go with Saturn and we're going to see if we can get a stripe of white through here and the tiniest smattering of blue on the planet. So light blue. So let's try that. So let's put this in first. And then it just fill. Everywhere it needs to. Need a little bit more. Try that. So we won't go quite as deep as last time. Maybe a tiny bit more. It's hard to see. A lot more in there. Right, let's see. This is going to be a bit finessey. Is this just a pop-off one? I don't want to suddenly fling glitter everywhere. It is. Right, let's try really, really carefully and in little bits. In this ring. That. Oh dear. No. And I'm gonna need, do I have tissue ready? I do have tissue ready. I was prepared this time. Put that up there for a second. Right, let's try and just swirl that in there. And then we're going to try and put the blue in just a tiny bit this time. At the top of the planet and the bottom of the planet. That's what we're going to try. A bit at the top. And a bit at the bottom. A bit across the bottom here. Probably put a tiny bit more in there, just a tiny bit. Let's rip this up carefully around the top. Tiny bit more. My lid in a moment, because it's just out of reach. Let's see what we get. See how it looks. We might need to put a little bit more resin in there. Let's try a little bit more. Let's see what we got. So let's see. 5 minutes from now. I'm going to stick with the 5-minute rule because that worked last time, and we're going to try and repeat what we've done. Meanwhile, I have some good news with regards to my putting together a charm bracelet inspired by my girls. The second pair of long-nosed jewellery pliers came today. So that is fantastic. I'll be able to crack on with that. I've been looking forward to making that. As well as I got a little random pack of mixed dog charms to see if there was anything that I was missing anywhere when I was looking. Just in case. And it's a mixed bag, so you don't know what you're going to get. I got poodles, so I won't be using those. Not for me personally. There was a couple of dachshunds in there, some sausage dogs. And they're really cool. I do like sausage dogs. But I won't be using them either. Not for me. What else was in there? There was a cool little dog with a bone in his mouth. That's a possibility. The ears hung like both Marley and Nova's did, though it looked a little bit like more like Marley than Nova. Oh yeah, there was two sizes. There was little tiny poodles, and then there was next size up poodles. The sausage dogs that come in one size. There were some little sitting dogs, which are a possibility as well, because again their ears hang a little bit, again more like Marley, because Marley's ears, when she puts them back, they hang quite low down for a Labrador, bless her. There were some bizarre looking dogs in there as well. Two little dogs, but they looked like they got like eyes that were on something, because their eyes were massive. I think it was just a pattern that was meant to be on there. Like, you know, some dogs have patches just around their eyes. But because it was done all in circles, you've got like the little pupil, or the little eyeball right in the middle. And then you've got all these circles going around it like a flower. But they were the same size as the pupil. So it made him look like he got really trippy bug eyes. So I don't think I'll be using them because I find the eyes off-putting. They don't look like dog's eyes. Is that all of them? The sitting dogs, little ones and big ones. The sausage dogs, one size. The poodles, little and big. Oh, and little like Scotty dogs or West Highland Terriers, like the Monopoly dog. I don't know if it still comes because the Monopoly set has changed so much now, but like I'm pretty sure it's probably still in there. There was always like a dog, a boot and eye, and so on and so forth. These little dogs look like the Monopoly dog. Which again is cool for that. If I do a Monopoly themed one, I'll definitely use them. So I'll make some more bracelets in the future, some more charm bracelets in the future. So I've got some ideas for some people as gifts. And they won't necessarily be for me. I think the people I'm thinking of, they'll be really nice for them. Is that all of them? I think so. Yeah. And back to the topic of what we're doing right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the moon next, and it can be a test, like a plain clear one, to see how clear it is. And if it works, I might use this one here, once I've got all the glitter cleared out, and try setting the girl's teeth in like one for each. So that'll be a nice size. That would be good if I put them both in the same one. Which I could do. That'd be like the centerpiece then. Plus, will the little tiny links that I've got go around something that deep? And I could always use one of these big links. We'll see how they feel. So I'm going to want it to be secure. If they feel like they're going to give and I risk losing one of my girls' teeth, or both my girls' teeth if I use a big one, I'll have to get some bigger links, jump rings. I'll just give it that little safety bit extra. This is a bigger one, so I've had to keep going from side to side. I didn't want it to be all set in the middle, but then these bits on the end just flop off or stay stuck in the mould. We'll see how this looks. It was slightly more controlled, but also a little bit mishmash in places. We'll see how it looks when it comes out. And yeah, we'll do the moon as a tester. Test the moon for clarity. And just the moon bead in there. Okay, let's see. It's set. Let's try and pop it out and see what we got. Hey! A little bit tacky on that side, so let's just pop it over there and give it a blitz on the back. And we'll de-glitter this before we stick it back in place. It does look a little bit better than this one. So I'll say this one's just, that's a glitter bomb going off. That's not quite the planet I had in mind. It just looks like a load of glitter in a blob of glue. Even when I hold it up to the light and try and look through it, it still looks a bit chaotic. That's better. Well, that doesn't look too bad, to be fair to it. Let's just make sure that, yeah, the hole goes all the way through. It does somewhat resemble a planet. It's slightly more controlled. Let's just have to glitter up my trousers. Oh, it's just going to be probably have to wash this to get all the glitter out, so we'll do our little test with the moon, and then in the next video we'll see if we're going to be brave enough to put one of my girl's teeth in there, my girl's puppy teeth. So let's give that a little close up. So again, you'll see this now and then you'll see it edited in. So yeah, there is the little moon. The little Saturn. It's a little bit more controlled than the last one. It still looks like a glitter bomb's gone off in there, but not as bad. That's going to be the top. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Trying to get it so it's not directly in the light. Looks pretty cool. At least it's working. It wasn't just a one-off. I'm going to struggle to focus on it. There it is. Yeah, pretty cool. I think even less would be even better. And we'll look at tidying up these edges, because these edges are a bit... Yeah. I'll have to remember next time to record this way, because that's the way it's going to show up that's the way that I'm doing my YouTube videos. I guess I can use the other ones as the shorts to give you a little sample that it worked. So yeah, pretty cool. It looks pretty transparent. It's not perfect, but then I have got glitter running through it, so it's hard to tell right now. So we probably won't use the teeth for these guys. Oh, put that there actually, so I'll need that. So yeah, we probably won't use the teeth. So it's not. But we'll see what happens when we do. This will be our test. We'll get the moon in there. Jiggle it around so it's right in the middle. And see how he looks. So let's get him out there for now. There is no glitter debris in there. Right, this is going to be our last try in this video before we decide what we're doing with the teeth. I think we're most likely going to wait until I've got better, sort of like perhaps higher quality resin. Right, I think that's gone all the way around the little hole. So let's try and get our moon in there. I want to push him all the way to the bottom. I want to put a drop over the top of him because obviously I don't want him poking out the bottom. He's got to be encased in it. So let's put, clean that. Let's put a little drop over the top. To seal them in. Okay. That looks like it's sort of full to bursting. So let's see what happens. Doesn't look like he's poking out. Another 5 minutes. Last experiment. Do we try these? It's going to leak out underneath. What side's flat? That side might be flat. The other side doesn't seem too even. That one's obvious. Or is it? No. Perhaps that's where the blue tack comes in as well. You seal around the edge. We'll see. Pop. Let's pop these two bits in there for now. Decide what we're going to do with this. So more of a silver, steel, the cold metals colour. This is a very nice warm metal colour. I don't think I'll end up making anything on there for me. I could just have something hanging. We'll see. those bits aside for now. And those bits. And those bits. Let's see what we can do with these. I'm going on a necklace. Like I say, I've got an idea on who to give that to. So I know someone who absolutely loves cats. We'll have a think what we're going to do with this one. Maybe look at adding colour. See what we need to add colour. Colour. Hopefully this works and it comes out nice and clear. Though it looks like there's like a big air bubble. Not big, but big enough. But then it is a bead. It's got a hole running right through it, like that way. So there was always going to be a chance. It looks like the moon's farting. That's what it looks like. The moon within the moon is farting. Which instantly gives me an idea of who to give it to. Though it's a man, so I don't expect him to ever wear this. But there's a funny... Oh! I could make it a keyring for him. That's not it. I've got some keyring attachments. Now, as for this stuff, because that spreads, I don't know if freehanding anything on here is going to be an option or not. But I'm going to give it a try. So we've probably got about half a bottle left. If I freehand it, what could it be for one? What could be in it for another? Or do I go for a different experiment and try just sealing something small, like a petal or a tiny, tiny flower? That's stuff to think about for the next video. Depending on how clear this comes out will depend on whether we're gonna dare use one of my girls' teeth from their puppy years. I think at the moment I'm thinking probably not. If I'm going to use them, I want to use them right. So, oh my days, tea's gone cold. Well, this is going to be the last bit one way or the other, because it's getting close to that time where I've got to do my girls round 2 and get sleeping because I'm on nights tonight. So I'll go and sleep as well. Which shouldn't be a problem today. I made myself get up really early and I've walked a lot, so I should be nice and tired. This is probably over 5 minutes because I forgot. I looked at the time, but then cancelled that memory out. So I'm giving it 5 minutes from the time that I looked at again, not just now, the couple prior. To make sure it's definitely dry, because this one's a little bit thicker because of the amount that I put in there. Now it looks to be dry and nice and clear. I just don't know if the moon's fully covered or not. It looks like a little bit might be poking out. It's hard to tell. I guess we'll find out when we pop them out and give them a feel. Oh, and in painting related news, my mother-in-law has picked up her canvases and she is very happy with them, so that makes me happy. They have gone to their perma home. But there has been changes on what's going to happen next. We're unsure yet. There is still 3 more canvases on the horizon, a pear like the one I've just completed, like the pear I just completed, and a big one like a centerpiece. But we're having open discussions and looking through a few more artworks for her to decide. So in the meantime, I'll be catching up with other things. I've got a Yeti on the go. Oh yeah, Abominable Snowman, sorry. He's on the go. The charm bracelet, the little experiments. I've got some more pom-pom related things up and coming and a bit more looming to do. Okay, let's give it the little tap. Let's pop it out and put all that away now. That can go in there too. Popped out fine. I'll just re-poke that hole. Oh, he does feel like he is, yeah, he's all in there. Well, that's pretty cool. It's a lot clearer than I was expecting it to be. Let me get the phone camera in there so you can all see what I can see. I'm going to hold it the right way around this time. See that? How cool is that? You can see the little moon in the moon, and he's got a little fart bubble. That's come out really cool. That's the side, that's the mould side, and it is definitely clearer. That's the back side, say the top of the mould, and it's not so clear. It's a little bit like you can't quite make out the moon's face, and it's ever so slightly clouded. But that side's really nice and clear. See, how close can I get him? So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm going to consider that a success. You can also see how dirty my nails are. I've been changing bike parts today, so my nails are not the cleanest. Well, that came out way better than expected, and you can see that's where the fart bubble was. So he's a little bit on the wonk, but he is just about all in there. Has he got a tiny bit poking out? He might have a tiny bit poking out. Perhaps don't need to push him down as far. Hard to tell. Yeah, he's got the littlest bit poking out. That's okay. This is an experiment after all. It's still come out cool. Oh, it's still come out cool all the same. Well, that is us. We've had an experiment. This was the very first one in the first video, first tries. Came out good, was a success, over glittered. In this video, much better, still a success, not over glittered, but could still go with even less. And an outright transparent one to see how clear it comes out. And it does come out clear. And it has a bonus fart bubble. So that's really cool. I'm glad this worked. This was a little set called Gemex that if you ever want to have a play with this yourselves before going bold and buying lots of different resin parts to put together, it was $4.99. Totally worth it. Totally works. Very cool. You can make some really nice little charms out of this, and little pendants, or even, like I say, little key rings, little key fobs, all sorts. So we are going to come back to that another day, use up the rest of this, have a try with this for sure, go a little freehand with something, and maybe come back to the mould as well, but I'm going to give that a wash because it is just absolutely covered in glitter, which I think even in that up there you might be able to see. Oh, that's alright. I looked up and I couldn't see the red dot flashing for a second, so I thought he'd done all of that and it hadn't recorded. Thankfully it was there, I just didn't see it. I looked up at the wrong point in time. So thank you so much for stopping by and checking me and my channel out and what we were up to today. I hope you've enjoyed and have a go yourself. That would be cool, and let me know if you have success. And yeah, we'll get some proper resin to play with in the future since this worked so well. And we'll look at what we can do with that. Let's say making bigger things. So yeah, like if you like what you've seen, comment if you've got something to say, and subscribe if you really like what you've seen and you'd like to see more. And have a little peek on the channel. If this isn't for you, there's other things up there that might be for you. I do all different forms of arts and crafts in different skill levels. So I do some really complicated stuff, some really simple stuff, some first try stuff. And I'm honest throughout, so if it doesn't work, you will see. If I goof, you will know. Yeah, thank you all so much. Take care and see you in the next one.